I bid you welcome.
I welcome you to my house.
Welcome to my house.
Welcome to my home.
Hello Horror Hounds, welcome to my horror house. We are staring down the barrel of the Halloween weekend. If you're still looking for a present for the horror fan in your life or yourself, last night an ebook was released for just 99p, so a sort of stocking filler. What's the Halloween equivalent of a stocking? A cauldron filler for you, if you will. A collection of 13 original horror stories called Strange Abrasions. I have a story in there and I just wanted to give you the little inside scoop, a little sort of sales pitch for each story to see if you fancy for less than £1 sterling having a go at this collection. The first story is called A Story for the Sea by Harrington. It's a sort of folk tale about a fishing community who tell tales to the sea in exchange for plentiful catches, but as we all know, tales come with a price. Next is A Wolf in Sports Clothing by Ben Talon, who also designed the cover for the collection. A grisly discovery is made in the sock basket of a local Sports Direct. This is a 0 hours contract werewolf story. The next story is Exuviae by Susan Earlham. It's a story of the many skins we wear throughout the day and the courage it sometimes takes to wear our true skin. Next is The Last Train by Elena Kappa. This is a classic ghost story revolving around an abandoned train station at the end of the line. Then comes my story. It's called Upon Returning Home from the Great War. It follows Tom Gibbs, who's been demobbed from the First World War and returns to his hometown of Gadsby to find a strange festival is being held. The next story is The Third Lamppost by Melissa Elborn. It's about a midnight walk home after being laid off that takes our main character through the affluent part of town, but what lies beyond the third lamppost. Next is a story called The Stopover by Rachel Smith. Elise is walking in her sleep and it's getting worse. A night spent in a hotel on her way to see a psychoanalyst takes a strange turn. Next up is a story called Crystallized by Courtney Button. Jonathan is compelled to create dioramas of scenes he sees in his dreams, and each one spells disaster. After this, Lepidopterophobia by Libby Harris personally gets to me because this is a phobia of mine, wherein a boyfriend tries to cure his girlfriend's fear of moths during a camping trip. After that, Jasper by Paul Childs. It's a body horror story that features a wasp and a nose. After that, a story by Phil Olson called 2020 Vision. A strange connection is made on a blogging site through lockdown when a contributor begins to tag the blogger in a series of random pictures, insisting that he's in every one of them. Next up is a story by Rob Price called The Folk from the Sea. It has a real Innsmouth feel to this one. You can smell the brine from the pages. It's sort of The Little Mermaid meets Lovecraft, if you want to be cute about it. And finally, by Abigail Moss, What Do You Write About? An amateur writer suffers from imposter syndrome, but where does she really get her ideas from? I know I'm in it, but it's an absolutely smashing collection. For 99p, I don't think you can go wrong with it. I'll link to it down below, and if you fancy taking a dip on it, thank you very much. If you like what you read and you fancy leaving a little review on Amazon in advance, thank you. But it's kind of exciting that this is coming up just on the cusp of Halloween, so if you fancy just a little extra something spooky this year for yourself or a loved one who loves horror stories, then you might want to give this one a go. I hope you have a great Halloween season. Take care of yourself and each other, and I'll see you when the moon's full.